Minnesota Vikings versus Bears, and J.J. McCarthy ends up surviving. Let's talk sports. NFL Week 1, guys, officially ends with Monday Night Football. By the way, before we even start the episode, if y'all notice, my voice is a little messed up. Allergy season kicked me right after Sunday. They said, you were talking too much on Sunday, and I got the allergies on Monday. So, I'm sorry about that, guys. Y'all might have to deal with my voice, but I'm going to try my best here. Now, look, Week 1 of the NFL season has just been absolutely fantastic. I mean, there was some slow games on Sunday, but Sunday Night Football was a complete classic. And then Monday Night Football becomes another goddamn classic. I mean, holy shit. The Vikings, the whole entire time, we're thinking, the Vikings are going to absolutely suck. And for the first half of this game, all the way up till the fourth quarter, J.J. McCarthy was not playing his best, but it was his first time. He was a rookie QB. This is his first time playing an NFL game. And he definitely had first half jitters. He might have even had third quarter jitters, but I do like how, Mike McConnell came in there and, really pulled this quarterback in, pulled his entire team in and said, guys, really focus up. We can win this thing. And you definitely just see that with the play calling. There was a play that, I thought they were going to be running the ball to a touchdown, and J.J. McCarthy takes it for a touchdown of his own. I mean, for a QB design run. There's just so much funness that was happening on the fourth quarter. And then that defense, the Vikings defense, they weren't playing their typical light defense for the whole entire game. In fourth quarter, they dial it up. They dial the blitz up. They start putting pressure on Caleb Williams. When you make Caleb Williams have time, he's obviously going to be able to make really good passes and really good drives. So I'm glad that they finally came up there and the blitz happened, the defense happened, guys. This game was just absolutely fantastic to watch. Terrible start for the Vikings. I mean, at the end of halftime, they only had 2 field goals, and the Bears were way in the lead. So that's kind of crazy that they fumbled this type of lead. And, let's talk about J.J. McCarthy. Everybody was saying, J.J. McCarthy is not an NFL quarterback. They were looking at the first half on Twitter. Everybody was saying, J.J. McCarthy's not going to play good. There's a reason why. Michigan cheats. Here's the reason why. Look at J.J. McCarthy right now, the way he's playing. And then he gets on here on the fourth quarter and just starts slinging that goddamn rock, making crucial plays, even getting a 2-point conversion. Hey, look, Josh Allen could get a 2-point conversion yesterday. I mean, you see J.J. McCarthy easily do it. I mean, Lord mighty, guys. Quarter 1, the Minnesota Vikings had no points. Quarter 2, they only had 2 field goals. That's terrible. Quarter 3, nothing. It's looking like the Bears are just going to easily win this game. And I was like, yep, Vikings are cooked. I'm going to start, just going on Twitter. And I look up, and you just start seeing J.J. McCarthy get in rhythm. He gets comfortable now in the pocket, and he starts making really good passes. I mean, that is just absolutely insane, in my opinion, for J.J. McCarthy to pull this off, guys. I mean, Caleb Williams was playing a good game. For quarter 1 and quarter 2 and quarter 3, hey, Caleb Williams was playing perfectly. The play action was really working. The offensive line was keeping him protected. He was having time to get the ball out. And then Caleb Williams starts making some bad passes. Some things happen. Some penalties start happening. And it got kind of crazy because, in the beginning of this game, Ben Johnson was saying, look, it's all about the completions. I've came back from fourth quarter wins, and the funny thing is today, the Vikings come back on the fourth quarter with 21 points. 21 points. That's fucking crazy. I mean, god damn. So that's a really cool thing. The Vikings go 1-0. J.J. McCarthy goes 1-0 in the NFL. Caleb Williams starts off 0-1. I mean, damn. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get to this recap going. First drive from Caleb Williams was really good. 13 plays, 61 yards. This was a great touchdown drive. Started off with a 3-yard pass, an 8-yard pass, a 4-yard run, 11-yard run. I really like how, they kept, not an 11-yard run. That's why the allergies are affecting my eyes. 11-yard pass from Caleb Williams. Really good pass, by the way. 5-yard pass. And here's one of the things that the Bears weren't able to do against this defense for the first starting drives and for later in the game was the run game. They couldn't get the run game going. You definitely saw it. Every time they tried to run the ball with the Bears, it just didn't work out. But Caleb Williams really had to put this game on his back, and he really tried. 17-yard pass, really good pass, 7-yard pass, and then they get that touchdown pass, not a pass. Caleb Williams scrambles left and gets 9 yards for a goddamn touchdown. And then Minnesota Vikings respond with a field goal. Bears respond with a field goal of their own. Vikings respond with a field goal of their own somehow. Third quarter, we finally get a touchdown. We get 4 plays. All right, we start off with a 15-yard penalty, a 0-yard run, and then we get a 2-yard run. And then J.J. McCarthy passes short left to Jefferson, and it gets intercepted for a touchdown by the Bears. So he did throw a touchdown pass, but it was to the other team, and it was 6-17 at this point, and I was going, damn. Whew, rest in peace. But I like how after this interception, they really sat down J.J. McCarthy, and, they kept him composed, they kept him good. And then fourth quarter, something happened to this game, guys. J.J. McCarthy got comfortable in the NFL game. Holy shit. That's a pretty cool thing to see a rookie quarterback actually get really comfortable in the NFL and kind of put the team on his back himself. I mean, that's really great. And I like, too, the run game gets started. They start tiring out this Bears defense. Mason is running for good-ass drives. And then you got the Aaron. You get the Aaron running back going fucking crazy, too. Once you get the run game going, you got J.J. McCarthy making these big-ass passes, too, and they're actually complete this time. I mean, goddamn. They start off with this, 3-touchdown drive massacre to take the lead, guys. 8 plays, 60 yards. We get a 7-yard run, an 18-yard run. Mason was going crazy in this game. Then J.J. McCarthy gets a deep left pass to Jefferson for 17 yards, a 5-yard run, incomplete pass, and then J.J. McCarthy passes a short middle to Jefferson for a touchdown. I mean, goddamn. They try to go for the 2-point conversion. That does fail, sadly. So they couldn't take the lead, but that's some points. It's 12-17. Okay, we're finally getting something going. And then they get the ball again. 9-yard run, 14-yard penalty. And then J.J. McCarthy throws a 27-yard pass to Jones, and motherfucker runs it in for a touchdown. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then they do it again. Guys, they take the lead 20-17. You're thinking, all right, Caleb Williams, he's going to get back in there and take the lead again. No. The Vikings defense, they get the blitz up. They start really attacking the quarterback. They start getting some sacks. They start making Caleb Williams throw the ball terribly. And then they get the ball again to finish this damn game off with 11 plays, 68 yards, guys. A 19-yard run by Mason. Holy shit. A 9-yard pass, 2-yard run, a 4-yard run, 11-yard pass, 10-yard pass, and then a touchdown. J.J. McCarthy goes for 14 yards, guys, and ends this game. The Bears were able to get a touchdown, but it was already too late, guys. The ending score today was 27-24. This is kind of shocking. And if you are a Bears fan, damn, to actually choke a win like this, you were like the Ravens yesterday. You literally choked a game that you had the lead for the whole entire game. And then the final quarter comes, and it's like these Bears just completely give up. The defense is like done. The offense, Caleb Williams can't even get the fucking ball out. I mean, holy shit. Minnesota Vikings today are going to get a 6. Nah, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Minnesota Vikings are going to get a fucking 5. And that 5 out of 10 for the offense today was the fourth quarter. Because for the 3 quarters, the Vikings couldn't do a goddamn thing. So 5 out of 10 for the offense. But I do like the potential for J.J. McCarthy to get even better in the NFL and under this new system. And this is his first game. And this is his first game that he actually gets a win. And he gets a win by putting the team on his goddamn back. That is really cool, for a rookie quarterback. And then, defense-wise, defense will get a 5 because, again, the defense wasn't really in this game for 1 and 2 and 3 quarters. But the fourth quarter, they finally started dialing up the blitz. They finally started showing some passion again. And then they started ripping apart this Bears offense. So 5 out of 10 because they actually locked in on the fourth quarter. The defense needs to get better. We don't need these slow starts because if you start doing all these slow starts, if you have to trust J.J. McCarthy to put the game on the back every single game, that's going to be a problem, guys. Bears today are going to get a 6. I really like how the offense played today. I wish they would have played like this in the fourth quarter. They really needed to. But Caleb Williams couldn't put the game on his back to end this game, which is disappointing. And then defense-wise, I was really loving the Bears' defense. They were so aggressive in the first quarter. They were so aggressive in the second one. And even the third one, they even got a fucking interception. But I feel like the fourth quarter, it was like this defense got tired. It was like they didn't even want to play the game anymore. You just saw it. They gave up. And that's very disappointing. So defense is just going to get a 4. I think they should have played way better. If you play good through through 3 quarters, you need to play good on the fourth quarter too because the Vikings can easily take the lead. And it was kind of crazy how fast they took the lead. That is disappointing. So, hey, J.J. McCarthy's able to survive against the Bears. I thought he wasn't going to survive today. And he actually survived, guys. So let me know. How did y'all feel about this Monday night football game? Let me know. Guys, my Pandora people, if you're on Pandora right now, make sure you follow. Turn on notifications, guys. We're covering the NFL all year. All year. Even to 2026. And probably for the goddamn future. So make sure you follow this show. And if you're on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow. Turn on notifications, guys. Sorry I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm sorry my voice is a little messed up, but I'm trying my goddamn best. And yeah, guys, I'll say already have a good one. Bye. By the way, before I get off here, guys, I just have to address something. I got a comment today on the YouTube side of things. And when I try to do a fun college football recap bonus episode, I don't even talk about college football. I don't even watch college football. I chose one damn night to watch an OU football game, and I was a little relaxed, and I just talked about it, and I get a comment saying I should be more professional, I'm a potty mouth, I use too much profanity, kids are listening, and I just want to say, this is an adult podcast show. This is an adult NFL show, all right? The big boys are talking about football. If you can't handle that, if you can't handle me saying fuck or ass or shit or saying getting their ass beat or anything like that, you might want to stop listening to this podcast show because I'm about to be saying it a lot goddamn more. All right, guys. Bye.